you're not a true Momo runner until you've poisoned yourself with Adea's Pearl. There's another one, which is forgetting to pick up an item. And are we back? Okay. Is another rite of passage in this run as a that you have to go through as a Momo runner is forgetting about the boss item, going to the next room, then realizing you forgot it, going back and it's not there anymore. Damages boss items despawn if you leave the room. So also as a casual player, keep in mind, if you're good enough to get the damages boss item, don't leave the room. Also, yeah, Nyaki going for the risky strat of taking out the pellets and getting inside the KO to beat up Mocha. Unfortunately backfired, took a hit, fight reset. Nyaki did take the save strat of saving right before Mocha, but yeah. There we go. There's the maneuver performed correctly. Ooh, are we gonna see no dives? I do believe that is no dives for Dorothy. So this is bad news for Nyaki, because Nyaki's a little behind already, so Lubella diving is just about the last thing Nyaki could use. I mean, there's bad places to die, obviously, but Lubella diving does not help. But no dives. No dives on Nyaki's side either. Learned the hard way about items. Yes, so did I. I did it on Frida. I was on a run, I left the room, I came back and the sparse thread wasn't there anymore. Alright, so Nyaki jumping into this cutscene pretty much as it ends on Dorothy's side. I mean, not really, it ended just now. Yeah, subterranean grave time. Oh yeah, that is a thing you can do, is Frida can teleport. I don't know if anyone noticed, I sure didn't. But yeah, there is a set spawn location. So normally the boss spawn, the item spawns at a specific location, based on where the boss is. So yeah, Adea's Pearl spawns where the Pearl is when Adea dies. And yeah, Frida, once you do Frida damageless, the place where Frida dies is where the sparse thread will spawn. But if you kill Frida in the middle of a teleport, which essentially you can only do by having the poison damage over time get the killing blow. Yeah, there's a set spawn location for the item. I suppose it might be that what the game considers to be Frida's location might be where that item spawns during a teleport. It's like Frida disappears, her physical location in the room, as far as the game concerns, is where that item spawns, and then she comes back and she's there again. Alright, something runners also do is the enemy that spawns to the right of this room is hit him with an arrow. Just to eliminate them, so they don't become an issue during this fight. They do attack, but they just hit you mid-cutscene, which, yeah, that's just... When you hit you mid-cutscene, that doesn't do anything. You do have cutscene invincibility in this game. Alright, so yeah, Frida, basic strategy. Pop Konami, pop the Bachman patches. Sit in the corner and spam arrows. If Frida does the charge attack, walk up to her and hit her 4 times with the melee attack. I like to do 2 full combos, because a full combo is 3 hits. So it's like I'm doing 4 hits, might as well finish the combo for some extra damage. Because I am also the type of person that even in PB attempts, I will do... Oh, the poison! We'll do the spam corner. There it is. The dreaded... Facing the wrong way, sitting in a corner, firing an arrow, spawning a poison cloud on top of yourself, and you getting poisoned. Now, mind you, getting poisoned by itself does not disqualify you from the damage item. From the damageless item. It's when the first tick of poison damage happens. It's specifically getting damaged. Specifically, it's getting damaged that disqualifies you. So if you poison yourself, but the boss dies before the first tick of poison damage is dealt, you still get the damageless item. And yes, Nyaki was facing... Nyaki had rolled to the left side of the screen and was facing left when the first arrow was fired. You pressed the wrong direction. Yeah, it's like you're sitting in the corner, so you... Because remember, you do need to be holding down to duck, so you do... So this may have been a case of trying to press down on the D-pad, assuming the D-pad is used for movement, because you can use the stick as well, I believe. Yeah, using the D-pad and then press the D-pad in a way that the game interprets the left input, so you face left. But yeah, we've got quite the gap now as a result of that. Dorothy just finishing up on Lubella 2. I like the fake out death. It's nice little bit of trolling. Just a tiny little bit of trolling that the game does to you. Now, it's not outright confirmed that Lubella dies. It's implied that she is, but it's not outright confirmed. So it's not sure if she... Because yeah, you don't... She curses you. So you get taken away before you see the full result of what you did to Lubella. But you do never see her again. She never shows up again. So we know it is to be assumed that she's dead. But hey, maybe she wasn't dead after all, and she'll come back in Moonlit Farewell. Imagine. Alright, so Dorothy has escaped the cat prison, picked up the cat sphere, and is currently on the way to the Forlorn Monastery. He confirmed that by Choir. I don't know. I haven't looked into the lore for this game that much. Also, any character that confirms someone dead could always be wrong. Like, it can be... It could totally be that she is actually dead, but... What if they did actually bring her back in Farewell? Oh, the character that said she was dead was wrong. Was wrong all this time, and Lubella's back. There's ways. There's ways to write yourself out of these things. Alright, so... Dorothy has now gone... Dorothy has now gone to the Forlorn Monastery and is currently backtracking to the Sacred Dodalia Grove to quickly take out the Knight with 2 Sparse Threads along the way and move on. Also, Nyaki, congrats for doing Lubella 2 damageless, I guess. I'm sort of hesitant on congratulating because, yeah, this doesn't serve a purpose for the speedrun. I guess it's fast because... You know, when you take damage, you're not dealing damage to I mean, you can do a little damage to the Bella while you get hit because poison damage over time. But still, it is still nice to just not get hit and do a fight flawlessly. Also, one thing I haven't highlighted yet is the absolutely adorable poses that the cat has. Both sleeping on the stairs as well as the ready to pounce and pose you get when you duck as a cat. Because there's no point. As far as I know, your hitbox doesn't change. Your hitbox doesn't change when you're ducking as a cat. Alright, Dorothy on the way to the Cinder Chambers. Meanwhile, Nyaki currently on the backtrack, so essentially just a full run section behind. So yeah, Dorothy holding the cards right now. Let's hope they don't get played too early. Alright, Arsonist. This is one of the key turning points in Game 2, is Arsonist not going well. So let's see how this pans out. Alright, there's a double patch. Okay, so Dorothy is standing into a specific spot to have the Arsonist teleport there. Because the Arsonist, when the Arsonist teleports, she throws these little these harmless fireballs out that indicate where she teleports to. And she essentially sends these indicator balls on top of you. If you move, the balls will go to different places because every individual ball, it's like 4 balls, every individual ball will fly towards your current location when it starts flying. And yeah, as shown here, Arsonist item spawns where the Arsonist dies. So yeah, the absolutely optimal strat would be to have all 3 of you at the right side of the screen. Arsonist, Cath, and yourself. Alright. This section is trickier than it looks. It doesn't look very intimidating because there's not too many enemies. It's just some movement. There's no boss, but yeah, this is one place where you can do some really good stuff if you can get your movement right. Alright, Nyaki about to fight Arsonist. Yeah, that chest, that mimic, deals a lot of damage to you. Now, while we're getting ready for seeing Dorothy destroy Fennel again, we have let me highlight what I adore so much about this run, and it's the snowballing of it. At Dea you do kind of normal because you don't have Damage's item yet, but then when you get the Damage's item, you then use those Damage's items to get more Damage's items. So I definitely do like that a lot, the snowballing in that way. Yeah, so it's that in combination. I mean, there's also the factor of that this game is absolutely amazing. Definitely, this is definitely one of the best Metroidvanias I have played. Wouldn't say I'm like an expert on Metroidvanias. In fact, I'll probably prompt some pretty incredulous reactions when I say that I have not yet played Hollow Knight. I've seen it in action, but haven't played it, don't even own it. Ori and the Blind Forest. Or Will of the Wisp. Also never played, don't own. Also, okay, so something small I want to point out about the cat sphere transformation is there is a small transformation time. However, something neat that you can do in a lot of places in the Royal Pinacotheca is go up a ladder, then when you get off the ladder, dash, and then transform during the cooldown of the dash refreshing. Because yeah, something I also haven't pointed out yet is there's these... After players are dashing, when the players dash, this white circle is emitted. And then a few seconds later, there's another white circle. The second white circle is the indication that the dash is off cooldown. It's not the kind of dash where you can just spam it and just do it over and over and over. There is a cooldown period to it. So yeah, that's another piece of... That's another thing that's... yeah, that's important when... Oh, this is real bad. So Dorothy took damage but is continuing the fight. This is a thing you can actually do. It can be costly, but there is a consideration to make. There is a consideration to make is that you can opt to go without the heavy arrows. If you know alternative strategies, you can opt to go for no heavy arrows. And yeah, that's this big swing. Runners are more or less even now. And yeah, triple roll is real bad. It's rare when it happens, but it's the one thing PR can do to get out of the Bachman patch. And you've seen how integral the damage the Bachman patch is for your damage output for bosses. Oh, Nyaki needs to be careful here, low on health. There's some skeleton bosses here that wanna slash you to death. Some cannons. Alright, I see this room. Yeah, double jump dash, get over it. Okay, we're in the clear. Okay, Nyaki's in the clear. Save bell, done. So yeah, the arrows can actually set off. The arrows can actually hit switches and whatnot. Alright, both players are here. Essentially doing these fights at the same time. Look at this. Nyaki's got the buff. That's a death for Dorothy. Oh no, is the appropriate response, I feel. And yeah, Nyaki's onto the Magnolia section of the fight. So yeah, Magnolia will leave 2 balls of damage from where she teleports from, and then teleports next to you. So you need to move. And Dorothy, ooh. This is why during game 1 I mentioned this was such a high pressure boss fight. To be honest, Lupia and Magnolia should be in jail for a really long time for all the runs they've murdered. And yeah, many of us runners may be familiar with how detrimental to not just to the run, but also to the mental state repeated offenses like this can be. Very good Magnolia, though. That was very fast. Alright, well, heavy arrows are in. But yeah, not long left. You've seen the times that the runners have been getting. 20, 25, 26, 27. We're for what it's worth 2 to 3 minutes away from this match being decided. Alright, Nyaki just used the sealed wind to upgrade the leaf into the fresh spring leaf. That's the name of it. And yeah, now it's backtracking. So while there's only specific save bells you warp to, and you need to have been physically in the room that contains the save bell you warp to, you can warp from any save point. You don't have to specifically be in. Don't have to be in any kind of specific save point to warp. You can warp from any save point. So yeah, after you use the sealed wind and upgrade the leaf, it's really just getting back to the closest save point. It just so happens, it's just coincidental really that the closest save point just so happens to be the Forlorn Monastery save point you warp to. But yeah, just 3 key things that Nyaki has left to take the victory here. Clone Angel fight, to Queen, and then the Queen itself. Let's see how part 1 goes. Ooh, messing around a bit with the menuing. Alright, that's Clone Angel done. Nice and clean. I'd say quick, but the menu fumble somewhat prevents that, although I'm not really one to talk. Both of these runners have put on a way better show than I ever could. So major props to both of them. Regardless of who wins, major props to both of them. Alright, so something about this elevator is the positioning actually matters here to manipulate the attacks to go in specific directions that makes them worth dodging. Alright, so that's part 2 done. Ooh, nice save for Dorothy. So the fastest threat to get to the left of this room and leave is to hit that enemy up there once. Hit that enemy up there once. And then then take contact damage. And subsequently dash. Here, jump up to it, take contact damage, and then dash to the left side, to the left. Alright, so here we got Queen. Phase 3. And that, ladies and gentle people, is GG. Nyaki performing the reverse comeback. Falling behind in game 1. And then running it back. And taking 2 wins in a row. To move on in the tournament. Where Nyaki will be facing Mato's machine in round 4 of the losers bracket. I guess you could call it the lower bracket quarterfinals because it's the third to last round. Yeah, round 4 would be losers quarterfinals or lower bracket quarterfinals. Round 5 would be lower bracket semi-final, and then lower bracket final would be round 6. Alright, just a queen phase here. And bang, that's it. Alright, what a game. What a game this was. I feel honored. I feel honored to have been on commentary for this. It's always tricky to do to do these kinds of commentaries by yourself. But I tried the best I could. I did my best. Hopefully you enjoyed. And it looks like we have Nyaki here.
Hello.
For a bit of a...
Hi.
And Dorothy will also be shortly here for a little bit of a post-match interview.
Oh boy, what a race. God.
Yeah, GG. I'll say it again when Dorothy gets in, but GG to the both of you. This was a phenomenal series.
Oh boy, I am like buzzing after that.
Hey, you deserve to be. You've earned it.
Oh, I have to go to work in like an hour too, so that's gonna be lovely.
Yeah.
But
Meanwhile, on the flip side, I have to go to bed in an hour.
that must have been quite the fun race to watch.
Alright, I'm getting some confirmation about some audio issues on Dorothy's end, so we'll be making this a solo interview, I suppose.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate because I wanted to talk about a particular thing that happened to Dorothy in this game 3.
Oh, what? Wait, what happened? I didn't see any of the.
We'll get to it. We'll start at the beginning at game 1. I mean, how are you reflecting on the first game, which went to Dorothy?
Oh yeah, that was you could kind of like I could kind of feel a little bit of the rust coming off because I haven't played the game much as of late. There were like it was mostly a clean run except for the 2 random like platforming deaths to where I just like didn't input the roll jump. I didn't get the jump input, and then I forget where the other one was, but there was another one in there somewhere. So, I mean, yeah, that was an absurdly close, like,
yeah, like,
but
there was definitely many moments at which I was at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could hear what was going on Dorothy's side. Because holy, but yeah, I like on my end just a bit of a messy first half of the run, and then kind of cleaned it up at the end, which was nice.
Yeah. Also, at the start of the run, you at the start of the run, what stood out to me was you both went for the quick kill, at the same time, because it's the start of the run, so you know it makes sense that you
Yeah.
to reach a day at the same point. And at the same time, you got hit while Dorothy just did damage and didn't get the quick kill. Then you reset. So Dorothy did the fight normally. You reset and then went back for the quick kill, and you got the quick kill. So even though you had one reset, you were still ahead because because of how much time the quick kill saves.
In the race, I got the quick kill. So that's still something. It's still an iffy thing for me. I only get it like 1 out of 5 times, but that was the one. So
to be fair, it's an iffy thing in general. It's still a tricky maneuver to pull the quick kill, no matter how good you get at this game. But yeah, so I presume that's the reason that you opted not to go for it in game 2.
Game like the quick kill story. You cut out for me for half a second, so I didn't hear.
I was mentioning the. I was mentioning that you decided not to go for the quick kill in game 2, and coincidentally enough, Dorothy also chose not to go for the quick kill in game 2.
I mean, I tried to go for it, but I just didn't position myself properly. So Eddie, like, she ended up just do the fight normally. It was the same thing. Same thing happened in game 3, where like I just wasn't in the right spot, so she decided to move on me instead of doing the like tail.
Yeah. Also, one particular difference was between you two was you opting for the safe for the safe strat of saving directly before Mocha.
Yes, that's something I've kind of established. Like that's kind of just a habit I've gotten into for races specifically, because the Mocha for me. The number of times I get hit there, especially on Mocha, just to like weird jumps and stuff that I'm not prepared for, is like I think probably 75% of my runs die. In a race, I always save before that, so that if I do die, it like I don't lose too much time.
Yeah, die or get hit rather.
Yeah. If I have to reset, yeah.
But yeah, especially in game 1, there was multiple swings back and forth between you two of taking the lead and then retaking again. That was so yeah. Game 1 already was really interesting to watch. It's like in game 1, it was only 9 seconds between you two.
That was.
It was so close.
Oh, because I was at like final phase. Like I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, you saw the race time finish pop up, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I was so close, but
yeah, so
managed to take the set anyway, so it all worked out.
And in game 3, you both were also pretty close all throughout until Lupier Magnolia happened. That's where the
what happened? Because I mean, I know on my end it was a little messy. What happened on Dorothy's end then?
Dorothy needed three or 4 attempts. It was really unfortunate to see. You know how in rare circumstances Lupier can do multiple rolls. Get out of the damage zone for the Bachman patch. That's what happened.
Oh no, that's. I had some I didn't have the greatest RNG on that fight, but it was doable. I mean, you saw me kind of flounder around there a little bit. and ended up killing Lupiar in a weird phase for Magnolia where she like took forever to drop down. But that's not as bad as having to reset. So
yeah, the thing is, when it happened, Dorothy didn't immediately reset. Tried to still do the fight and opt to do late game with no heavy arrows.
Right. Yeah.
Which I kind of would have wanted to see. It would have been interesting to see the difference in strategy you do when you don't have heavy arrows.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, thanks for having me. I need to head out now. Start getting ready for work.
Right, and do you have any closing thoughts before we sign off here?
God, that was crazy. That's really the thought. And I'm just gonna try and keep this going, see how far I can get. Because I mean, at this point, like I was expecting this to be close, but I wasn't expecting to win. So from here on, I'm just gonna, keep going, see how far I can make it.
That's good to hear. You beat me, so I'm rooting for you because defeat means friendship.
Yeah, I'll win the tournament for you. Okay,
good luck. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll manip things so your opponents get like triple Lupella dives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So last question before you go is how is, speaking of which, is how do you feel you're about Mato's machine, who you're gonna go up against next in the tournament?
It's gonna be tough. I definitely I think I can keep it close. But it's gonna be difficult, and I'm gonna have to put a little bit more practice in. I think if I can get more consistent with the quick kill on Edia, then I can maybe stand a better chance. But and maybe maybe see if I can implement some new movement later in the game. But either way, it's gonna be another tough one, no matter what. So yeah, I mean, thank you for having me. I'm gonna head
thank
out
you for
now,
being here. GG's once again on the win. Also on behalf of Dorothy.
Yeah.
You can go. You can go ahead and plan your match with Matos next.
Yep. So I'll see you around.
Yeah. Take care. And go follow these runners, by the way, because they're both excellent. They deserve a follow, don't you think? For the show they've put on today. Anyway, that will do it. That will be it from us here at the Momodora Reverie on the Moonlight any percent normal tournament. It never gets any less of a mouthful. So yeah, usual spiel, speedrun.com/momo for leaderboard for this game. Discord link is there to join our community. It's been so incredibly helpful also to me learning this game. Stick around to SpeedGaming. Thank you to SpeedGaming for allowing us to broadcast our tournament here. And yeah, we hope to see you back because the tournament's far from over. There's still a good amount of matches left for this, so stay tuned. Stay tuned around these spaces for more epic Momo gaming. I've been Double. Thank you for having me on commentary today. And I and the rest of the Momo community hope to see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.